Today on the Roy Garage, we get rid of this old alternator on this MerCruiser and go in with the new. Look at that, you can't even hear it, Dad.
Nope, that's right. Let's get her done.
Before we get started, we are going to disconnect all of our negatives to ensure that we're not getting any juice anywhere. From what I found, there's one wire that is actually hot all of the time. So, disconnect our negatives. This boat we have two batteries, one on this side and then one actually underneath on that side. There's a little more going on this side. We have a few more wires connected to the ground. It's important that you get all of them hooked up when putting your batteries in for the summer. If you don't, your boat will not run.
Another thing that we've done to this boat is change the fluids. And this is an inboard V-drive boat. So if you've got one of those, we've got that how-to video in the upper right.
Put that back on here so we don't lose it. All right, next we want to untension the belt. So pay attention to how tight it is. So there's a gear on the back side. By loosening this nut, that should loosen this pulley and then allow it to loosen the belt. Oh, and it is it's 5/8. There we go. Maybe loosened it up a little more than what I needed, but see how loose that is now. Now we can take the belt off. Pay attention, before you do that, pay attention to the routing of your belt to make it easier to put everything back together. It looks like we go all the way down around the bottom, around that one on the inside of this big one, and then all the way up and around the rest. All right, on to the removal of the alternator. All right, let's get in here. The wires we'll be unhooking consist of this ground. Then pull this boot back here. We have this one we also need to unhook. And then there's a clip on the bottom that is really hard to see. All right, so this bottom clip, there is a little lip on the bottom that you just gotta try and get underneath, and it'll come unhooked and you can just pull it right out. Now the other two here, I believe, are 10 millimeters. Let's see. Yep, we got 10 mil. We got 10 mil on the top. Crack that one loose. And 10 mil on the bottom. Crack that loose. Now I'm gonna take off this nut here, and then take this one off as well, and pull the wiring harness out of the way. I think I'm gonna want two hands here, so that way I can ensure I don't accidentally drop one of those.
Another one of our boat videos here linked in the upper right.
Here's our ground. All right, that unhooked and that unhooked. We'll pull our wiring harness off to the side here. But that's everything for unwiring. Now, looks like we have two bolts up top here holding it on, and then I believe just one on the front. Yep, just one. It's really hard to see. It looks just like this one, but it looks like it feels like it's threaded in. So I'm gonna have to put a wrench on this and a wrench on here to get these off, but the bottom one feels like it's threaded and I just need to put a socket on it. This is 9/16. This seems like it's 1/2. So let me confirm that and we'll get moving. Oh, would you look at that? I had a crescent wrench, put it on there, and what do you know? 1/2 inch. So I got the old man running up top. We're down by the water. He's running up top to get a 1/2 inch wrench. While I'm waiting for that, you guys hear that? That's why we were concerned, is because if you can imagine when the engine's running, that makes a good amount of noise. Again, I don't have a stand for you guys, but I'm going to be getting in here, taking these two bolts out, and then getting that bottom one. Got the top two bolts off. This one was just a bolt and a nut. This back one, let me get in here. This back one had a washer on it. So just be careful when you're taking that one off that you don't actually drop something. Now, like I said, there's one on the bottom side, but it feels like it's just threaded. So I should just be able to get back there with the, I'm gonna take this 1/2-inch wrench right here and get back there and get that one off. All right, I got her loose. The bottom's loose. I gotta figure out what I gotta do to get this top off. I think it has something to do with some of these bushings in there. So what we're dealing with on getting the old one out is it looks like there's this bushing, or whatever you want to call it, that's holding it in. Oh, not anymore. I guess we could just force it out.
Absolutely.
So how we're gonna handle that is I pushed it all the way in. That's gonna allow us to put it into the bracket, and then when we tighten up the hardware, this sleeve should slide into that bracket down in here. So we ended up doing that. We got it in there. Now we're going to tighten it up to push that bushing through this bracket and then put that bolt on the bottom. Looking a little closer at our old one, it looks like the bushing that we had on that was actually really small compared to the one that we got on this alternator. So we'll just tighten it up, and we're going to have a little bit of extra bushing stick out here because it's a bigger, longer bushing than the one in the original one. Before I tighten these two down good, I did move it and then get the bottom bolt lined up so that way it was easier to rotate. Now I'm going to get them snug down. Got our ground here, the other wires there, and then that clip that goes on the bottom. Let's start with the clip here, huh? All right, one in there pretty nicely. All right, and our ground goes up top there. And this one goes right here. Oops. There we go. There's that one. There's that one. Alright, this is going to be hard to show with just two hands, but I got the belt all the way around in the correct position. Now you take a 10 mil and you use that on that smaller one to tighten the gear up, and then use a box wrench to tighten the nut up. So that way you can get your tension on your belt similar to what you had it before. Oh, this is an 8 mil. Before I go up and get an 8 mil, this is kind of how it works. You can see that gear in there rotating. So as you rotate it, it tightens the belt. Yep, it was an 8 millimeter. So as you can see, when I turn this, that gear drives and the belt tightens. So once we get it to a spot where it's similar to what we had it, then I'm gonna put you down, use this box wrench. I'm gonna hold that where I want it and then use this box wrench to tighten down that nut, and then we'll be done tightening the belt. One way I've heard that you can tell if your belt is too tight or not is you do a 90-degree twist. So if you can twist it on the longest part past 90, it's too loose. Ours is, I would say, just right. We'll give it a whirl. All right, now that we got our belt tightened, let's go ahead and put on all of our negatives, not just some of them. All right, I got the last one connected. Toss our cover on here. I'm gonna drop the boat down and get her started and make sure everything runs good. Here goes nothing. Woohoo! Started right up. Sweet deal. Look at that. Above 13 volts on this too. The old one I think would hover a little lower than that. We got her running, and it used to have this kind of angry growl, and I definitely think we fixed the root cause of the problem with that alternator sounds beautiful.
Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of The Roy Garage. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out our channel. And we do have some new merch that we dropped. You can always check that out at theroygarage.com. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.